just hope I don't look like absolute fucking
Fuck.
dog shit.
Dude, it's been a couple weeks. It has been like a month. I think by the time we put this up, it'll have been what, almost a month?
Yeah, yeah. It's been about a month.
That's
Are
mostly
we starting it
that's
now?
yeah, that's mostly my bad.
Run it.
Yeah, dude,
What you?
we're running it.
Where the fuck you? Where the fuck you been?
I went on vacation. My niece graduated high school, so obviously we went up to
Uh huh.
Ohio to celebrate with her and see family that we haven't seen in a while. Um, we were meant to record the Saturday that I was leaving, but I didn't realize we were leaving Saturday in the morning, not Saturday at night. So that kind of threw us for a loop. And then when we got back, we were supposed to record, but I think I got in super late and didn't want to record. And you were
Yeah.
like, well,
Piece of
fuck,
shit.
I'm ready.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Life comes up.
it is what it is, but I
But
got to watch my niece walk across the stage. So I think that's more important than that,
nice,
honestly.
nice. True, true. But here at Hangover Hotline, friends, family, but best of all, when you're down, you've got alcohol. That's what we're about. Is talking about all kinds of random shit. Welcome to Hangover Hotline. Today we're going over we're having some beer, some
Yeah.
brewskis, bro. Pretty fucking excited for this one. I'm gonna be drinking Voodoo Ranger Fruit Force.
Fruit
Voodoo Ranger
Force?
has tons. Yeah, Fruit Force. It's the Fruit Punch IPA.
Hmm.
It's their fruit punch version. No, it's not red and it's not like actual fucking fruit punch like Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Um, Voodoo Ranger is one of my most favorite fucking beers. Period. IPA, all that kind of shit. I love Voodoo Ranger. I've had these once, a few weeks ago, and I loved them. So I'm gonna
Okay.
go back over them because I'm fucking. Oh my god.
Yeah,
But
that's what's up. I got me some Land Shark Lagers. It's a premium lager. It's made by. Have you ever been to a Margaritaville by chance? Like the restaurant, like sit down restaurant. They're usually
not the specific no.
okay. Well, there's usually like Margaritavilles all across like beaches shit in the U.S. and this is
Yeah.
like their beer essentially. I've never had it before. I should probably preface this. I'm not a beer drinker. I'm a rum guy. I mean, like just through and through. I love my rum. So this is literally probably going to be one of the first beers that I have ever drank. I don't think I've had beer before this. Maybe once with you,
Mm.
but that was probably it. So let's
Yeah,
get.
I'm more of a rum guy too. But when it
Fucking
comes to beer, it's Blue Moon and Voodoo Ranger. So of course we gotta do that Voodoo Ranger. Let's pop these bitches open.
smells kind of good.
He's drinking his out of a bottle, and I'm drinking mine out of a glass. I'm gonna explain exactly why here in a second.
Yeah, I'm
So
a.
when I pour this, real quick, you see that foam,
Yeah,
right? So what you're gonna experience while you're drinking, that's a lot.
it is.
IPAs do that. Fuck, I forgot.
I'll give it a
For
sec.
these, you should do it more on the side for a minute. I forgot how much these foam up, but basically, I saw this TikTok and they poured a beer in a glass without having it do that foam up. So they poured it like way on the side and made it easily go in there so it didn't foam up like that. And
Yeah,
they poured one just like this. And then once this was chill, they took a paper cloth or a paper towel, bundled it up, and dipped it in each one. You dip it in this one, nothing's gonna happen. It's just gonna soak up the alcohol. Dip it in the one that like you're drinking right now, that's the same
yeah.
I guess consistency as yours. It foamed up and started flying out of the glass.
Hmm.
Foamed up, pouring out, kind of like if you were to take a beer and just dump it as fast as you can into a bottle, like straight down without doing it easy. It foamed up and went fucking nuts. And so I did an experiment where I poured my beers like this and for one day, and then I drank my beer straight out of the bottle. And I was doing Blue Moon, or yeah, I was doing Blue Moon actually. Just normal ass Blue Moon beers. So one night I drank 6 out of the bottle. One night I drank 6 in a glass just like this. And the night where I drank the 6, My stomach hurt. I felt like I wanted to like throw up here and there. I couldn't drink as much. I had to take my time. I had to get the burps out
Yeah.
because you're constantly burping. I was constantly burping, and I drank like it took me like 5 hours, four no, it was like 3 or 4 hours to drink 6 beers. And then the night when I poured them, it took me like an hour and a half, an hour to drink 6 beers, and I felt fucking great. Same exact beer, just poured differently, I guess you could say.
Yeah, damn.
Drank it different consistencies.
Well,
So like that's one thing you're gonna be experiencing is having to burp and your tummy might hurt, especially if you're not used to beer.
yeah.
This is just how I enjoy my beers.
Taste wise, it's not terrible. I've got the island style lager specifically. Um, not great. Don't. Again, I'm just not a beer guy. I mean,
No,
4 out of 10 on taste, maybe.
4 out of 10 on taste. Okay, all right.
It'd probably be better if it
I
had
go ahead
like
and give myself a mustache.
it had like a lime with it, maybe. It tastes like it needs like.
Mm. Let me get one more sip in there. Got some of the bubbles with me too. So it's got that hoppy taste. It's one thing I love about IPAs is that hoppy taste. And I can see the fruity type of like citriness
Yeah.
out of this. Fruit punch. Fruit punch. This one for me, out of all the beers I've had, I mean, flavor wise, this is like I would say like an 8.7. 8.7 out of 10. It's probably not the I mean, my I would say my most favorite beer is the Blue Moon. What is it? Oh fuck. It's like a honey wheat or Blue Moon something. I forgot exactly what it's called. Hold on, I gotta look it up now. But it's like a I don't know how to exactly explain. It's like a it's not out all the time, at least. What I know or what I'm tracking on.
Yeah.
It's like one of those. It's like how some beers have like seasonal type drinks. This one's a seasonal one.
Mm, I got you.
And it's like I think it's steering like October. Mango wheat. Yeah, it's the mango wheat. It has that mango type taste. Yeah, it's the
Is it
mango
like
wheat
their
one.
Oktoberfest type beer, I guess?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Wheat beer,
It's
I
more of like
think
the winter type time.
from my understanding, I think wheat beer is like a German thing. Like the Germans love their wheat beer, so I could kind of see that being an Oktober. But hell yeah, dude. I'm glad yours is better than mine, honestly. I mean, again, maybe I'm not that big of a beer guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've had like sips of other beers before, like Bud Light, Natties, and shit like that, and they've all just kind of tasted the same to me, right? Like at the end of the day, beer doesn't have like with like rum and shit. That's why I prefer like rum because like you could get like a coconut rum and like a pineapple rum like from the same brand and they're gonna taste completely different. Whereas like if I get like lager versus like a wheat beer, yeah, I'm sure there's some taste difference, but I'm not gonna taste it because I'm not a beer
Yeah, it's
guy.
something. Yeah, it's something where you gotta
It's
like since I've had. I'm not a huge beer guy either.
yeah,
When I drink beer, I have specific beers, but I had to drink enough beer to know the difference.
yeah,
Like
that's true.
for me, like Bud Light, Budweiser, um, Keystone, all of those, just the normal average ass beers, they all taste the same to me.
Yeah,
One may taste nastier than the other. I hate it.
yeah,
But when it comes to like the flavorful type shit, I can tell the difference between Blue Moon and Budweiser or Bud Light. And I can definitely tell the reason or the difference between Voodoo Ranger and Blue Moon because well, Voodoo Ranger is an IPA and Blue Moon is just a normal fucking beer. So
yeah,
and then also once you get in the seasonal stuff like the Fruit Force and like Voodoo Ranger has all kinds of shit. In the
yeah,
thumbnail you'll see how they have their boxes set up.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think it's cool as fuck. That's Voodoo Ranger was one of the was someone I dreamed to have sponsor us in the future.
Oh, I
Like that
gotcha.
would be insane. They're so cool.
Yeah.
And they've got so many different flavors. They're so unique.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we're always open, right?
Yeah, yeah. It
Um,
might be a minute.
yeah, true. So let me ask you something. What's your last couple weeks been like? I've been away, I've been dealing with family. I haven't really been online too much apart from when I got back. When I was on vacation, my phone was put away. I didn't nothing.
Yeah, understandable. Um, Pretty fucking intense. I'll admit. Past few weeks have been crazy. I'm actually got it confirmed. Well, not 100%, but I'm most likely having surgery next week.
Oh
Next
shit.
week for my
For
shoulder.
what?
My shoulder. I've
Uh
had a problem with it for a few years now, and I didn't know it was a problem until my doc told me that it was a problem.
mm,
Um, but either mid next week, I'm gonna be talking to either the surgeon about it, or I'm actually gonna have my surgery. So if I talk to the surgeon, then he's gonna give me a date for the surgery and have it planned. 100% I'm getting surgery. So then I'll be in a cast for I think 2 to 4 weeks. Or like I'll be in a sling,
that
like all
ain't
fucked up.
that ain't as long as I thought it would have been.
Well, recovery time is 6 months, so
Oh,
I
right,
can't
right.
use my arm like normal for about 6 months,
That's what I
and then
was
I'll be out of
expecting.
work. Yeah, I'll be out of work for a month. I'll be sitting here at home for a
Ooh.
month,
Ooh.
which I am going to be streaming a lot and doing as much as I can. I'm gonna try to utilize my time as much as possible instead of just sitting here getting fat playing video games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
I want to work on some things with the podcast and shit, my stream.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, past few weeks that, and then my stream has been doing well. Um, some things have changed here and there. I had to take a break from Rust for a minute. One of my new addictions that I came up with a few months ago was gambling. And
Mm.
on Rust, there's skins. They're like NFTs, and um, you can buy them and you can use them in the game. They're just like COD skins, but they actually cost money, and you can sell them and trade them and shit. And basically, I gambled, got about $100 worth of skins through a website, and then this dude hit me up, telling me about his Rust gambling site, this and that, and he scammed me out of every single one of my skins.
I mean,
Lost about $100 worth of fucking skins.
I
It's my own
can't
fault.
I can't say you didn't deserve it. I don't like I guess that's just my luck. I stray away from gambling because I have terrible luck. Like even in like video games, like I'll go to like load up GTA online or something. I'll go to the casino there. I'll never win anything. My luck is just that bad. So I stray away from gambling. You were up,
Yeah, I mean,
you lost it.
yeah, I lost it all. And I just got super upset. I said, "Fuck Rust," because if y'all didn't know, I'm a Twitch streamer. All I stream is Rust. And after that happened, I had to take a break. Started playing some No Pixel, GTA, and then some Phasmophobia. I also, within the past few weeks, built my wife her PC. So now she is a PC gamer. Wow, you hate it that much?
Yeah, that's awful.
Are you gonna be able to drink it? You gonna be able to do the podcast? What are we doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and crack this open and just keep it on the side.
Do we need to take a little breather for you to go find a new drink?
No, no, we're good. Keep rolling. Fuck it.
All right. But yeah. So I took a break from Rust. Started playing some other games. My stream did not like that. None of my viewers like that. Of course, they were Rust viewers, so they wanted to see Rust. And so yesterday, I finally decided, well, I can't stop thinking about it. Once you get so far into Rust, you can't run away from it. And here I am. Yesterday, I started streaming Rust again, and it blew up, and suddenly became a 24-hour stream. Because my viewers fucking used my points to redeem a 24-hour stream. So fuck me, right? And then I was thinking about it. I was hyped. Started this fucking going for it. And it was good until I realized that I forgot about the podcast that we were supposed to record. I was in the middle of a 24-hour when he was like, "Hey,
Yeah, I
we're gonna
literally
record the podcast."
I hopped in this man's like Discord call and I was like, "Hey," and he was like, "Oh, hey, what the fuck?" I was like, "You ready for the podcast?" And he was just like, "The what?" Yeah, you forgot about that, didn't you? He was not prepared in the slightest.
Yeah, I was also 20 hours into the stream, but I took a nap and shit, so I had to add time. So I have about 10 and a half hours left to stream.
Yeah.
Um, but I was strung the fuck out on Rust. Was playing it for at least 14 hours straight. And then some shit just happened and I was down bad and my wipe. And then he jumped in and fucking yeah, it was pretty intense. I was like, holy fuck. So much is happening right now. But here
Yeah.
we are. So I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Definitely happy, especially with my Voodoo Rangers.
Yeah, true. Well, let me talk to you about your Rust addiction. You need to stop. Cut it out. Quit. Leave the game. It's not good for you.
I can't do it.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, fucking.
No, like it's so bad. Like last night, I actually ended up gambling another $35
Oh god.
for more skins. I'm up though. I got skins. I got some skins back.
Shut up. Just.
Got some skins back.
I don't want to hear it. Shut up.
I definitely do not recommend gambling whatsoever. I really just do it to get skins. I don't put in too much money to like, fucking lose shit. But I got some skins back and shit.
No,
It's okay.
let's stop the hangover hotline thing. This is now like an AA meeting for Rust for you. Like we need to get you
Dude,
to stop. Play some other
after
games.
you
Have fun.
after you get so far into Rust, because it's one of those games where it's like you can have a week of horrible, horrible experiences in the game, right? A week. And no matter what, the game resets. At maximum a month. You play for a month and then boom, completely different world. If you play a month wipe. I play weekly wipes. So if I have a really horrible week, the next week could be the best week of Rust in my life. And that's the problem. And after you play so many hours and you make really good friends and you get a little community going and you become part of the game, you just can't leave it, dude.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I have some horrible times, but I also have some really fucking good times on that game. It's a
Well,
great game.
I tried to get you on fucking No Pixel RP for the longest time. You just kept blowing us off. You always had something to do, or you were busy that day. And then I think,
Well, during your no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think what kind of happened was is like I went on vacation as you started like to get into it.
Okay, yeah, all right. I will admit that. So I did some thinking, digging, and shit, and the whole week that you were gone, I played No Pixel like every fucking day. Like
Yeah.
I went to bed, woke up, No Pixel. Went to bed, woke up, No Pixel, and I had an absolutely amazing fucking time on there, solo by myself. I fucking loved it. Now the problem is having the time to be able to play No Pixel, because if any of y'all know about No Pixel or 5M, GTA 5M, um, so No Pixel is like the most popular server in 5M. So everybody wants to fucking play it.
Yeah.
So if you're just an average Joe and you're like, oh, let's try it out, you jump in there, even at the perfect time, you'll be sitting in a queue for 4 to 5 hours. Like, you have to pay for a queue skip if you want to get in nice and quick, all that kind of good shit.
Yeah.
And I can get in immediately during the 12 a.m. storm or the 8 a.m. storm. But my problem is that I get off of work and then I get home. And if I try to load into the 4 p.m. storm, I've tried it like 17 times on every weekday and I can't do it. I can't get in.
It's rough.
I'll end
It
up
really
getting
is.
in at I'll end up getting in. I did it 2 or 3 times. I got in at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, 2 hours before the midnight storm. with a $30 Q skip, the tier one's Q skip. And so like for me to be able to stream that and actually play it and not just on the weekends, it's just not possible unless, one of the things I do with my Twitch, either donations or my income from Twitch or anything with my side of gaming and my social media, I put it back into it. So right now I'm working on my PC.
Mhm.
Um, that's another story. That's something else we can talk about. But if on my I'm gonna take on my month of convalescence leave is what it's called after my surgery. I'm gonna play some No Pixel religiously. I'm gonna try to do it at 8 a.m. because that seems like it would be better for to get more viewers in and stuff like that. And if it works out and I get some people in there and people really enjoy it or my community likes it, then I'll start taking my monthly income from Twitch and throw it into the next tier of Qskip.
Um,
That's kind of my plan right now.
I can tell you the punch to the $100 per month one will get you in almost any time. Like, yeah, there might be some form of a wait, but the 100 Q skip will almost guarantee you're at least waiting less than like 4 hours. For NA, that is. For AU, you'll have no time, or you'll have like no issue getting in, and EU, you should have no issue. And it's
Yeah.
only NA because that's just like, well, especially now because it's summertime in NA, especially all the kids are like wanting to get on, and all the dads and stuff that do play are like off work a little earlier and shit now. So like everyone's on, but during like the school week and shit like that, during the weekday it would suck, but during the weekend, just don't even bother. Like that was, I think, our motto. It was
Yeah.
mine, Benny, fucking, I don't even know where he's been. Vinny and you. Our cue was just don't play on the weekend because you're not going to get in. But I will say, it has been a lot of fun. I've met,
Oh yeah.
I've been in for about 2 weeks now, not counting the 1 week trip I took. Been in for about 2 weeks now. I've met loads of fucking people already, probably close to about 100 people. And each interaction seems to be uniquely different in a way, right? So, like, I was walking around, I was at my job the other day. I ended up getting a job working at a pizza place in the city. And I was doing like a bit of training there, yeah. And we were sitting there taking orders, and then a group of aliens walk in and they're
Oh,
starting to chat with us, and my manager who's working with me is like, oh yeah, I got taken hostage by one of you lot, and they were like, you mean volunteer? And he was like, yeah, volunteer, that's right. And he started talking all about it, and then they ended up leaving, and as they left, like 30 cop cars pulled into the fucking parking lot and just started handcuffing everyone, and we're just standing there at the
fuck.
fucking window watching it like, what is going on? And then like fucking I leave work there and I end up go doing something else and I get taken hostage of a bank robbery. And some fucking like the police were busy because there was a massive gang shootout in Southside or something. So it was literally just I was having a chat with my kidnappers. They ended up being like really nice people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kidnappers.
Well, yeah, right. Well, they were like, hey, it's just customary. We got to point the gun at you. But how's your day going? Are you doing all right today? Do you need any food or water? And then just started asking me how I'm getting on in the city, how long I've been in the city, and if I ever need any help with anything to reach out to them. And I'm like, I'm having a
Oh
gun,
yeah.
I'm having a gun pointed at me, but like honestly, it's the best time I've ever had. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah. It's just
it's one of those things where like GTA RP, literally anything can happen. Like around
like
any turn, something will happen.
I'll explain it from my point of view. So I'm a Rust guy. I'm a survival PvP type dude. I'm not into the role play shit. There's role play servers on Rust, and I'm the guy that goes in and trolls those role players,
Yeah.
and I fuck with them. That's my thing. So whenever I first heard about 5M and No Pixel and all that, I was like, "Ah, I don't want to role play. Sounds like something that a 5 or 10-year old would do at recess mom and dad type shit, right? And so I say that, and Justin, which is my brother for our entire fucking life,
I'm the weird
he was
guy.
like, he was like, no, you're gonna fucking play it, and then bought me the Q skip. So then I was like, fuck, he is really about this, so I have to try it. I have to. If he loves it this much, I've got to try it, you know? And like I've thought about it nonstop after I've played it for that week straight, and I oh my like it's not the type of role play people think of. It really isn't. It's GTA role play, which makes it completely different.
It's like
Um,
it's like
you
imagine
get
if
in,
oh sorry.
you get in, and you can pick what kind of person you want to be. Anything. Like I'm a Russian that came from Russia into Los Santos looking for something better, but I ended up going the criminal route, this and that. You can choose any type of way you want to go, and it is like it. Oh my god! Like you have to play it to understand it.
Yeah.
Don't watch it, play it.
And if you watch it, it's even better because then you already have kind of a sense of understanding of what you're like looking. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you'll meet those people who take RP super fucking seriously, and those people do kind of suck the fun out of it. But almost every person I have personally met is like half serious, half not, right? Like they don't mind teaching you some new stuff, even if it's like out of character, like to explain it to you for the most part. But they also kind of bring the fun with it, where it's like if you fuck up, you know, they're gonna kind of make fun of you in character for it while helping you out. And it's one of those things where it's like it kind of makes the whole interaction feel like you're both just kind of taking jabs at each other, you know, and then at the end of it, you're like, you know, give me a fucking hug. You have a great day, you know. Bless you. Fuck.
Fuck.
Shit. Are you good?
I'm okay.
All right. But it makes every interaction feel like you're walking away with it being like, yeah, that was a good interaction. Right? Minus the cops. The cops are definitely a 50-50. I've had
Ooh,
had really good interactions with cops and really shit interactions with cops. So it's a give or take, really.
I've got two really good interactions being a new player. Um, some buddies of mine within GTA. So there's a few things about RP in GTA. Is one, there's no meta, and two, there's no backseating. I learned that shit. Meta is if me and him, if he tells me how to do something right now in the game when I've never played it before, and I go in and I immediately do it, that's meta. You have to learn how to play the game
In the
with your
game.
character.
Yes.
With your character. So if he's in the game with me and we're face to face and he tells me how to do something, that's fine. That works because your character is learning about it, not you personally. Backseating is whenever you watch somebody play the game and see what they do and then copy them. That is no backseating. And No Pixel takes that so seriously to the point to where I did hours of research on how to do shit, just try to learn shit. It doesn't YouTube, Google won't tell you how to simply buy a fucking car.
Yeah.
It won't tell you how to buy or find certain things in the game or how to do anything. All it does is tell you how to load in. That's it. And whenever I realized that, at first I was like, dude, what the fuck? Fuck this. And then I got in the game and I started going around just like doing what you're supposed to do. And I was like, holy shit. That just makes your experience a million times fucking better.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, no, it
I do think it's amazing.
it's definitely different. And I think depending on like who you're with, who you roll around with, and just kind of overall like your character will definitely determine if you have a great time or not. I've met people who don't take their character very seriously. They seem to have a fucking great time. I met a guy whose name is like Mr. Bagman or something, and he wears a bag over his head as a mask, and his body is like wrapped up in like paper bags. And is like
Oh my god.
he's a criminal who just goes around doing dumb shit. And like every time cops see him, they're always like, Mr. Bagman, put your fucking hands up. I'm not here to deal with this today, sir. And then he always comes back with something like, "No, fuck you," and then just starts running off. It's like just stupid stuff like that. Like every like anywhere you look, you're always gonna find something to laugh at or something to what the fuck
Yeah.
about. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
definitely different for sure. But
Um, real quick too, in this, my two experiences with cops, I didn't ever get to that. First one, so Justin here, or yeah, well, Justin in the game.
Justin and City too, yeah.
Yeah, he taught me how to run drugs, basically, how to get oxys, all that kind of good stuff, and to sell them for profit. And basically, I was doing a drug deal in an alley in the city one day, and or it was nighttime, and this cop saw me in the alleyway sitting by my truck, and he pulls in the alleyway, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm just waiting for my comrade. He says he'd be here soon. We're gonna go to club together." And he was like, "Oh, okay, that makes complete sense with your stolen truck and the drugs in your pocket. Okay, okay." He was like, "All right, well, stay away from drugs," and then drives off. He knew exactly what I was doing.
Yeah.
Knew exactly what I was doing, and I don't think he understood that I was a new player, but
No, definitely.
it was funny. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" He knows I'm here, and then that's when I realized, oh, the cops could have had another character that did this, so they know the spots, they know what it looks like, but
They can't do anything about it.
they can't do anything about it unless they see it and know it. Actually, there's two other occasions. Another occasion, my very first one, I was picking up packages from the dealer, and the truck I had didn't have enough storage in the trunk. So I was like, "Fuck, dude." So I ran away, went to find a better truck around the block. I was running on foot, and I was like, "Fuck, I can't find." It. So I started to go back. Before you know it, I see cop cars at my fucking spot by my truck. And then I walk up and I'm watching, and there's a pirate running around cutting motherfuckers up. Cutting motherfuckers up. I come up, I run up there, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And then I see a paramedic getting beat the shit out of by a dude and this pirate. My dumbass pulls out my fucking gun
Oh god.
and starts shooting the fucking pirate. Well, I didn't hit him, and he shanked me,
Okay.
stabbed the fuck out of me. Um, for you know it, more cops show up, and then they're fucking starting to do proper procedures, grabbing my drugs and shit. And they're like, "Who's the drug dealer? Who's the drug dealer?" And they're like, "I think it's this guy on the ground. He got stabbed too." And I was like, No, I am just a bystander." And they fucking believed it. They didn't. They never figured it out. They took me to the hospital, got me figured out and shit. And then the final one was when I was robbing a house. I came out. There's actually a clip on my TikTok. If you want to go check that out, it'll be linked below. Um, and on my YouTube shorts. There's a clip. It's basically I was burglaring a house, came out, and as I pulled out of the driveway, there were two cops sitting there waiting for me. First chase. And oh my god, I fucking was driving around, got out, got tackled, went to prison for 30 months, which is 30 minutes in game.
Yeah.
Um, and that side of it with the actual cops that actually do their job, it was fucking awesome.
Oh
It was a
yeah.
great experience. Even though I got caught in trouble, it was still fun as fuck.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
loved it.
for sure. I think the funniest part is like so my guy's kind of my character is pretty much just me, but my background is I started in crime, but I got caught. I actually did get caught doing Oxy Run. And they were like, "Oh, well this, the amount you have on you is definitely more than considered drug." And I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And they were like, "Oh, it's a fine of this much with the prison sentence this much." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck that." And now, so like, it was at that moment I went out and started getting like a legal job. I went and got a job at Maldini's City, and I was like, "Yep, we're gonna do this." Funny enough, with that job, it's kind of weird with when I got hired at Dodo, it was as simple as, "Yeah, all right, how long you been in the city? Oh, that's fine. Yeah, just give me your state ID and we'll be fine." Like, okay, cool. So got hired on. That was super easy. Yeah, I've still barely touched mine. This shit tastes like ass. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But so when I went to Maldini's, I met the supervisor. I was like, "Yo, you guys accepting new applicants?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, no worries." So he sits me down and he starts taking me through this interview process, very similar to what you would do like in real life. And that's when I realized like restaurant role play is almost like no joke. Like you actually like because
Yeah.
you're interacting with everyone in the city. It's not like
Oh
you're
yeah.
picking and choosing who you interact with. Everyone's got to eat at some point, right? So they're gonna go to a restaurant to get food. And
And if it's a popular restaurant,
oh yeah,
you're gonna meet those fucking good ass people.
oh yeah. I think it was literally just me and the supervisor for like he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna give you quick like 30-minute to an hour training session, and we'll just kind of let you determine if you want to continue work or send you on your way." It starts storming in the city, and when it starts storming in the city, a lot of people have head issues, is what they call it. Uh, People start lagging, shit just gets really broken. A lot of people start disconnecting. So like he was like, "Oh shit, it's storming, mate. Like here, let me give one of the other supervisors a call to get down here real quick to help you out in case like my head pops or anything." We get another supervisor down here, and it's us three, and they're kind of walking me through how to make the food, how to serve the food, and all the other different things around the store. Um, and then one of the supervisor gets a call from one of the gangs. It's the Lost MC biker gang, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna be coming by getting some food after our ride. Just wanting to give you guys a heads up." And it's literally just us three. And so he has
Oh
to
shit.
run me through how to do everything in like 5 minutes because we just don't have enough time. Like 15 people come walking into the store and they're all like, I'm assuming the supervisor Javier told them like ahead of time that I'm a trainee and to give me a lot of shit because they were all giving me a lot of shit. Like they were ordering like 3 or 4 different meals or some shit like that, like way more than they actually needed to. They were ordering sides that like no one ever ordered, shit like that. And then one group came up
God.
and was like, "Yeah, before I order, I want you to sing me happy birthday." And I was like,
Oh my god.
"Fuck." So I'm like, "Ah, shit." So I'm like singing happy birthday and everyone like gave me a round of applause. They were like, "That's actually really good." And then I was like, "Yeah, what can I get for you?" And they were, I got their order for them. They ordered like 10 things, like literally the entire menu. And then they were the very last customer. So I kind of like stopped. I asked them, like what they thought about it being my first day and thanking them for like helping me out. And lo and behold, it took 3 hours to get through all that. 3 hours I stood in that restaurant dealing with all of
Holy
that.
shit.
Yeah, it paid out like 22K though. I will say, like I got paid a lot.
Really?
Yeah. And a lot of people
Huh.
told me working like at restaurants or like auto shops are really good money, and like I kind of believed them, but I didn't believe them. That shit was
Right.
unbelievable.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've thought about it. I want to be able to have a good plan to be able to do full jobs like that
it's rough
because,
because of like your schedule and shit. And like Maldini's
yeah.
requires 6 hours minimum to keep your job, which is, I mean, fine. You just do like
Yeah.
1 hour a day is really all they're asking. But it's still one of those things where it's like with your schedule, that'll be incredibly difficult.
Absolutely. But real quick, so to go back on the alcohol. So one thing that I realized that we didn't talk about was the um ABV or the
Oh shit, yeah.
alcohol percentage in these drinks. And
Mine doesn't taste.
so for Voodoo Ranger, I already know it's 9.4%. It's on the box.
This is only 4.6. It tastes like ass.
I lied. It's 9.5%.
Ah,
Oh my god. My light is so bright. So right there.
yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I need to dim this light.
See that?
But yeah, 9.5% per beer. That's the greatest thing about IPAs is they
Yeah.
have a lot more alcohol in them because all the hops. More hops, more alcohol. So if you could imagine what you're drinking right now, if you had one beer and I have one beer of this, I'm kind of like drinking two of your beers.
Um,
Means it's a lot more.
can I go ahead and give this a rating? Because I really this shit's like a
You
1.
can't finish it.
No, this
What are
shit
you gonna do then?
shit is awful.
This podcast is about alcohol.
I have half of a shooter left.
It's a shot. That's a shot though, big dog.
Well, yeah, but dog, this shit is awful. Like when I tell you, I've had like nothing worse than this. This is probably the worst alcoholic beverage I've ever drank. And I've had fucking vodka.
That's
straight.
how you pour an IPA. There you go.
That has a good head on it too.
Yep. Yep. You gotta do it slightly on the edge.
Yeah, that shit's
Forget
awful.
about that. IPAs are like that.
I'll finish off this little.
Other than them beers, are you dry? Do you have anything else? Finish the podcast?
Not really. No,
No.
that's it. Yeah. Well, because we
We
were
do this podcast sober.
we were gone for a week. Well, I mean, I'm a little tipsy after that shot. I haven't drank in like a month almost. I should also preface, I don't really drink apart from this podcast. So like when I come into this podcast, I always come into the podcast sober. So like what
I'm sober. I was sober.
well, yeah, but you drink otherwise apart from the podcast. I don't. But this shit
Look at that.
awful.
Good
Land Shark, Margaritaville. What the hell are you doing? Fix it. Please fix it.
That's a thumbnail right there. That's a fucking thumbnail.
That is the thumbnail.
Damn.
That shit was awful. Fuck. That's a 1, a 0 if I could, honestly.
Maybe if you should probably try IPAs. IPAs might be your thing, you know? Or you're just a straight whiskey guy, a rum guy.
Yeah, I'm a rum guy through and through. I drink a lot. Like I drink. Don't drink.
Maybe I should have, since you don't drink beer, maybe I should have recommended you a beer that has flavor. Because Lone Shark might just be that beer that has no flavor.
Yeah, it could be.
You know?
It could be.
My
My sister told me it tastes like Corona, and I mean,
Corona doesn't have flavor though.
well, yeah,
Like the flavor I mean is like, fruit punch or mango wheat. It has mango and a little bit of wheat.
Yeah.
It's got those delicate, and it's not the type of fruit punch like it's sugary. It's it's not like a seltzer fruit punch, if that makes sense.
Ooh, we should do an episode of seltzers.
Absolutely. I do want,
hold on, real quick. What's our next episode? Our next episode's party drinks, yeah? Like Smirnoffs and shit like that. What about the one after that?
It's like anything.
What about the one after that?
I don't think we have one. We can do seltzers for that one.
Well,
we gotta do it. We gotta do it right because party drinks can be anything. For me, Voodoo Ranger and that kind of stuff ain't party drinks. Party drinks would be like, Natterties, right?
Yeah.
Or like the Jack Daniels drinks, beer type things. Certain seltzers can be known as party drinks.
Well, I think we have it written down as party drinks / summer drinks. So it's like anything that's kind of like summer seasonal, like the Smirnoff Ice, red, white, and blue. I think that could be considered it.
Let's see.
I think Smirnoff Ice in general, which funny enough, again, this is going to be going to show my colors. Smirnoff Ice is probably one of my other favorite alcoholic beverages apart from anything rum.
Okay, so summer / party drinks. No, that was actually supposed to be this episode.
That was supposed to be this episode, but we never did the beer one. Pushed it back.
So summer / party drinks, and then the next one is cocktail. So cocktail, perfect.
Maybe we could actually change. Maybe we could change our cocktail one back.
No, so this is what I'm thinking. We do the summer party drinks, whatever we see summer / party drinks as. That could be a seltzer. That could be a Corona as a summer / party drink. Whatever. We pick our party drinks, and then for cocktail, it's more of like a cocktail. Like that's what you drink while you're sitting at dinner with some wealthy ass people. Like I already know what I'm gonna drink.
Yeah.
Which is definitely not a party drink. whatsoever. So it's something to like sip on. A party drink is more something that you would
I
shotgun
might go
or
for
funnel.
the cocktail. I might do like a nice Long Island iced tea.
That could work. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is a cocktail. Is it
I'm
not?
gonna keep mine. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep mine as a surprise for the cocktail
I don't, yes, yeah, that's
episode.
fair. I love that we're also just letting our viewers on this side of what, like, this is literally our planning method. We just come in with nothing, and then we're
Yeah.
like, yeah, what about this? Yeah, cool, get it down. We got it.
Yeah, we try to plan things out, you know.
See what you
Um
mean, by the way. You're gonna see it back in your recording. Your grayscale is
I know. It's
you,
like
you like the
color.
further back you go gray. Now scoot closer. You start getting okay. No, the grayscale is still there.
No, it's like it goes, yeah, I know. It's like
That's
if I'm
weird.
right here, gray, and then sometimes when I lean back, color comes up. Yep, see right there.
Professionals, by the
Color.
way.
Color. I don't know why. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
understand
we'll
why.
we'll
It might
figure
be
it
my
out.
Logitech.
Maybe someone will
See, there
know.
it goes again.
Maybe someone in the comments.
Yeah, if you know what's going on, I have a C920, Logitech C920 webcam. I'm gonna go in here real quick just to see.
Also, on that note,
But
if you have any idea of like drinks you want us to try, also drop them in the comments. Um, we we don't really plan our drinks too far in advance. Usually, like we do it for that month. So like we have our next two picked out, and then the two after that we don't have picked out. So we have the summer party drinks and the cocktails. The next two podcasts after that, we don't know. So if you guys have any suggestions or anything, just plop them down in the comments. We'll definitely try and read them through, and we'll pick from there.
definitely,
I
don't have
do
any ideas.
I do have
Go
a
ahead.
request from Josh, my brother-in-law. He wants us to try mead or like wine. Wine and mead can go together.
Absolutely. I actually, now that you say that, I brew my own mead.
Hmm.
And well, I haven't done in a while. I don't know if you noticed, but I fixed my camera, kind of.
Yeah, I see
I
that.
feel like I look better. But I haven't done it in a minute. I really want to do it again. My last batch went bad. I tried to do a berry mead in a 2 gallon bucket, and I didn't find out till a month after I started it, after I brewed it and shit.
Hmm.
A month after it was brewing or fermenting.
Fermenting. Yeah, there you go.
The I went to pull it out to do its first changeover. So basically, what you do is, long story short, you mix all your ingredients together in whatever volume you want, all with all your shit, and you let it sit for a month at least.
Yeah,
The longer it sits, the better it is.
yeah.
And then once that month is over, you move it into a carboy, and then you let it sit for even longer to make sure it clears up because it's supposed to be completely clear, see through.
Yeah.
And basically, whenever I went to go move it over to a carboy, I realized that a part of the bucket had some spewage coming out of it, some spillage. And I
Oh,
was
shit.
like, I know this is all the way down. So I put it in the kitchen. I press it to see if I didn't fucking seed it correctly for some crazy reason, but I know I did, and it was fine. Turns out the bucket had a crack in it, a tiny
Mm.
crack. And when yeast and honeys, the sugars, start making the alcohol, it comes out with CO2. CO2 comes out of the bucket, and that's what you have the bubbler for. And so basically, instead of going out of the bubbler, it went out of the crack, and which meant the whole batch was ruined. So I had to dump it.
Mm. That
And after that, I
sucks.
haven't done it yet.
That sucks. But
Yeah.
that's an idea that we could definitely get in motion. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I think I have. Oh, fucking A, right. Have you heard about that YouTuber that like supposedly, I'm gonna air quote this because like there's like a whole legal thing behind it that I don't really know. He accidentally crashed his plane for a YouTube video, something like
Oh,
that.
yes.
He
Yes.
like either he purposefully did it as an educational video as to like what you should do in case of like an accident like that, but he tried to play it off like it was an engine failure or something like that. Apparently he got sentenced to 20 years in prison. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I don't know if it was fake, like if he like actually had an engine failure and had to bail or what, but like yeah, he got sentenced to 20 years for supposedly like purposefully crashing his plane for a YouTube
And
video.
that's confirmed. Like he went to court already,
Uh, I
all that kind of shit. He's sentenced to 20 years.
yeah, I believe he's been sentenced to 20 years, but I don't believe he's actually been found guilty of the crime yet. I think that's just what his time to serve could potentially be.
Yeah.
He might still be ongoing legal issues, but it is kind of getting to the end of that point of like he already has his sentence. I think they're just trying to figure out guilty or not guilty.
Damn. Hopefully, if I'm able to during editing, because we edit our own videos and everything like that,
Yeah.
I'll try to throw a clip of it in the podcast video on YouTube, Hangover Hotline. If you don't know, if you're on Spotify or whatever the deal is,
Yeah.
um, and you'll recognize it because I've seen it quite a few times.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. 20 years,
20.
probably, maybe because I mean, wildlife.
It's a very dangerous stunt. That's for
Possible,
sure.
yeah. I mean, crashing a plane, even though it's in the middle of the forest, um, it could very much be dangerous, and it could be dangerous on himself.
Yeah.
Now 20 years, I don't think is enough.
I mean, I
There's other
think
situations where people think get 20 years for way worse things,
I
but
feel like I feel like that's just more of a 20 years is more of like a hey, you did something fucking stupid, so now we're gonna make an example of you. Like you purposefully did something stupid, so now we're gonna make an example. I don't
yeah, I see that. I see that.
if he does actually get sentenced, I feel like 10 to 20 years in that range could definitely be good because like you don't purposefully crash your airplane, right? Like that's just not something any sane person would do. At the end of the day, he was recording a YouTube video. He was specifically
Yeah,
doing it for the
I
clout.
see how stupid that is, but you got to think about it. 10 to 20 years is somebody that actually full on killed somebody, murder, right? Multiple people at that. So I think more of like a sentence below 5 years would make a lot more sense. But that's just me, personal opinion. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge.
I mean, yeah,
So
neither of us are.
um, yeah,
I
that's fucking
I feel
crazy.
like the only reason 10 to 20 would work is just because it's one of those things where it's like if this guy did it and got millions of views, that would only like persuade more people to also go out and try that thing to get millions of views. And then you would just have an influx of
Yeah,
like rich people
that is
crashing their
true.
planes for clout essentially.
Yeah, yeah, that is absolutely true. Um,
Which I mean,
something.
what you do with your own money is on you, right? Like the what is that guy that car channel Whistling Diesel, I think is his name. He just his whole channel is based around him just wrecking cars and doing stupid shit that you shouldn't do with cars to cars just because it pisses off the car community. That's fine. He's not hurting anyone else. He's just literally pissing away his own money. That's cool. But like you're going to the extent of blowing up, like crashing your own plane, there needs to be some serious content.
Oh yeah, that makes completely sense. I mean, now that we're talking about prison and shit, I kind of want to jump into this. So, I started watching the show called Blackbird. Um and I got it from Joe Rogan, actually, from his podcast. He was talking about it. I just want to kind of touch base on it because it's pretty astonishing. Basically, Blackbird is a one season show and that's it.
Hmm.
Like one season and it's over. It's only a few episodes. It's like a really big movie,
Okay.
basically. But basically, what it's about is this man called named James Keen. Um, pretty sure he's still alive today. Let's see, is he still alive? Yeah, so he's still alive. Oh, he's nope, that's the actor. Anyways, I'm pretty sure he's still alive today. James Keen was arrested back in the day. I think it was during the 70s to 80s. Um, for drug trafficking and shit like that, and also having possession of weapons. And the FBI and the courts decided that it was for protection of his drugs, even though he wasn't that massive of a drug trafficker. Um, And basically, he got sentenced to, I think it was 10 years when he was promised like 10 or 20 years when he was promised like 2 to 5 or some shit like that. And so he was sitting in prison for about a year, and then he got approached by the FBI saying like, "Hey, we can cut that time down, blah blah blah, if you were to transfer from a minimum security prison along with other non-lethal people that not like no murderers, it was just druggies and normal people like that, to a maximum security like insane asylum type prison, right?
Yeah.
Where all the murderers, the fucking serial killers, those type of people were sent to. And so they're like, if you do what we ask, we will completely get rid of your sentence. And what that means is if it took him 6 months, he was in prison for a year already, he had 9 years left. If it took him 6 months to do what they asked for, then he would get sent home the second he's done doing what they asked for. And
Yeah.
so took him a minute, but he was like, fuck it, let's send it, right? And basically, they sent him to his maximum security prison to get information from Larry Hall, was his name. Larry Hall was a serial rapist slash murderer. What he did was I don't want to spoil the show too much, so I'm trying to watch what I say.
Okay.
But he basically was a reenactor of what's it called, Civil War type battles and shit like that. So he would travel quite a bit to do these reenactments. And when he traveled, he would drive around the location of the Civil War battle, and he would find girls that were walking home or just alone, and he would convince them to get in his van. He would rape them, murder them, and then bury them. He was raised in a graveyard where all he did was dig graves. And he would dig graves up when he was a child for his dad to get the jewelry and the things that were left in coffins for his dad to sell. Crazy fucking shit. And it like this show, it shows so much. Basically, James Keene, his job was to go to Larry Hall, be friends with him, and try to get him to admit to murdering all of these girls. And these girls were aged from 12 to 16 years old. And he was a Civil War reenactor. And back then, during the Civil War and shit, it was normal for girls at 12 years old, 11 years old to get married and have children. And that's his thought process. He was actually mentally insane.
Yeah.
But he was so mentally insane, he kept fooling the cops because he's been talked to about these crimes multiple times. But he kept fooling the cops as he was a loner. Nobody liked him. He didn't have any friends. He was a big fat guy that wasn't good with talking to people. He had his voice, he was like really high pitched, and he kind of talked like this. So like nobody liked him, right?
Yeah.
And he wanted people to notice him, basically. And so the cops thought he was just lying about admitting to these murders and stuff. And they just set him away. It was like, no, you're fine. You're good. And it happened for years with multiple murders and shit
And
until
he
they
just
finally got him.
admitted to them all, and the cops were just like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
he
fuck
would
off."
straight up admit to them.
And the
They're
cops
like,
just,
no.
"Nah, fuck off, kid. You didn't do this."
Yep.
What, bro? That's why I have to watch it.
And it is insane. No, dude, it is so insane because like I really didn't think much about watching it. But like whenever I started it, like the first episode, of course, was kind of like a second one. Holy fuck! And it just gets more and more and more intense. It is so in detail, and it's based off a true story. It
Yeah.
is true, 100% real, and it was just absolutely insane. And like the details that they show and the shit that you hear and witness, it's like it's nothing crazy gore. There's no like insane crazy gore. There's slide of it, but there's nothing like, insane. It's not
Nothing
like
over the top.
yeah, and Like, just to see James Keen, how he reacted to, how he was able to push through, getting to know him, and then knowing that he committed these murders and he did this to these little girls and shit. And then going back to his cell where he's alone at the night, like at night, and sitting there in his bunk and his mind just going, holy fucking shit. I'm friends with a mass serial killer that, it's like sitting there just like, what in the fuck? Like losing his fucking, bawling his eyes out.
Yeah.
Grown ass man, fucking drug runner. Like, it's insane. And so there's some crazy points in the show. I want to say so much more, but you have to watch it.
Where can you find it?
I know it's on Apple TV. Let's see. Watch. So I know it's on Apple TV. That's how I watched it. It's also on YouTube. I think you have to pay for it on YouTube. If you have an Apple TV subscription,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? It's only on Apple TV. Apple TV free. So if you have Apple TV,
Yeah,
watch
I'll
this
definitely have to
shit,
give
for
that a
sure.
watch for sure.
It is I will literally give you my login info for Apple TV. It is so
That good?
fucking
Yeah.
good.
Sure.
Yes, I love that show, and
Yeah,
I
for
watch a lot of
sure.
shows. So
Oh
the
yeah.
biggest things. But yeah, to kind of jump out of that mayhem,
Yeah.
if you'd like. Fuck. Wow, it's only been an hour.
Right? Yeah. Our last episode was 2. I don't know how we did it.
Oh no, it's easy. I mean, I've got a lot more I can find. Dude, it's been
Yeah,
so
true.
long. It has been so long. Did you hear? Oh,
Huh?
I didn't tell you yet.
What?
I think I did.
Well,
Did I call you about our
if you just tell
our
me.
unborn child's
Oh yeah,
gender?
you told me yesterday while we were playing Fast.
Oh,
Fucking,
that's right.
we should announce it to the podcast though. I doubt you've announced it
Yeah,
to
yeah,
them.
absolutely. So for you guys, so I'm a father and a husband, right? My wife is currently pregnant, and basically we found out the gender Friday. And it was hilarious. It was awesome. But basically, how should I start this? Yeah, so my son that is born, of course, he is 2 years old. He turns 2 on the 22nd actually of this month. Um, my wife is currently pregnant. I don't know how far along she is. I don't keep track of that shit. Okay, I'll admit to that. I should probably do better. But
A little bit, yeah.
um,
At least know what
basically,
trimester she's in.
what is that? No, no. So basically, so where we go to get her medical shit done for our child and everything, our unborn child, they don't do, what is it called? Entertainment fucking appointments,
Yeah.
which is looking at the baby or finding the fucking gender. They find the gender when it's like 6 months in, and they're like, "Oh, that's definitely a penis or
The
vagina,"
opposite, yeah.
right? Um, that's when they do it. So we're just like, okay, you're fucking stupid. So we found a place out in town where it's like 90 to $100 to find out the gender, and it's real relaxed. They just do an ultrasound. They do what they're supposed to do. We're sitting there and find out that I broke the family, not curse, but the family, what would you call it? So usually with all of my grandparents and everything, when they had kids, they would have boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl.
Yeah.
Always. So everybody was expecting a girl, 100%. Facebook, we did a poll on Facebook and Instagram in the 90 percentile for girls,
Yeah.
for a girl. And so we were like, I swear, if it's a boy, shit, it's
Yeah.
gonna be weird. In my head, I'm like, it's a fucking boy. I'm gonna have all fucking boys. Watch. I want a girl. I really do, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm the last Bruno in my family. So I need to have a lot of boys to spread that family name and to keep the family going. And so I was hoping for a boy, and well, we did the ultrasound and everything, and it's a boy.
Oh
Having a
yeah.
boy.
Oh
And
yeah.
the funniest thing about it was that whenever we were going to take the picture and everything with the ultrasound on the screen to send to family, post on social media and all that, um, turns out that I looked at the thing and there's a boy sign and a girl sign you can hold. But in the middle, kind of hidden away, was a twin sign. So we picked up the twin sign and we took a picture, and the lady was in on it too. She was like, "Here, sit down. I'm gonna get another picture of the baby to make it look like they were mono twins," is what it's called.
Yeah.
Where the children sit side by side. So when you do a normal ultrasound, like at the doctors, it looks like one child, but in
Yeah.
reality, it's two. So they're looking at it like this.
Yeah.
Does this make sense? Oh, let me pull this back up. So they're looking at it like this, and they're like, "Oh, it's one kid." But then you move it like this, and like, "Oh shit, there are two."
Yeah.
So, basically, she took, she had her lay back down on the table and took a different angled picture, and it showed she put up two separate ultrasounds pictures.
Yeah.
And so we stood in front of the TV, held the sign, and I looked at like I was in complete
Yeah.
fucking shock.
Yeah.
I'll probably throw it up here. Um, Sent it to our family, and in the background, funniest thing was that there's the signs for boy and girl. There was only one showing that you could see in the background,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
girl. It was
Twin
girl.
girl.
Everybody was like,
Imagine you get further down the line, 9 months in, it pops out and out comes twins. Out comes twin boys.
I would lose my fucking mind.
Yeah.
I'd be so excited, but like, holy shit, I'm fucked.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, we had our whole family full. They were like, "Twins? What the fuck?" And we explained it to them, like mono twins, blah blah blah. They were freaking out. They're like, "Oh my god, there's a girl sign. They're girls!" Like freaking out. They were like, we sent the next pic of the normal pic, and we're like, we were joking.
Just
and they're
kidding.
like, "Oh my god!" And then everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's a boy!"
Yeah.
Started freaking out. It was hilarious.
Have you started thinking of any names yet?
No. I'm on Dexter.
Yeah. Okay.
Dexter is because of the show Dexter, not the kids show, but the adult show of the mass
Dexter's
serial
Laboratory.
killer. Yeah, not Dexter's Laboratory. Dexter, the serial killer one. I fucking love that show so much. But yeah,
What about Josh?
I'm on to that.
What's she on?
For a middle name David because of her dad.
Dexter.
For the first
David?
name, she has no idea for the first name. Thinking of all kinds of shit. We haven't come up with it yet. So, yeah, we'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah,
Definitely gonna have one middle name this time.
I was gonna say I always forget Levi's. Because he has what, two middle names?
Yeah, Levi Vincent Angelo Bruno. And Levi after Justin Levi Brandon. And then Vincent after Vu. Angelo has been in my family since Angelo Bruno. And then our last name. So yeah.
I think Dexter's a cool name. I've always said if I have a son, I'm probably gonna name him Anakin.
Oh my god.
I feel like that's such an overused
that
name.
That is such a cool fucking name.
It's a very overused name, but I love the idea of having a son name.
I've never met anybody named Anakin.
I go to a vape shop called Cyclops in town. One of the managers there, his godson name is Anakin. He's so adorable. We call him Little Annie.
Yes, exactly. What the fuck else would you call him?
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, I've always said if I had a son, it's probably gonna be Anakin.
I'll have to ask Josh about that one. I didn't even. Or Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll
Go
we'll,
right
we'll
ahead.
think about baby
I have the high ground.
names. Holy shit.
But yeah, dude, congrats. A second boy. Are you happy? Are you
Yes, I'm fucking
excited?
thrilled, dude. I'm fucking thrilled. I'm thrilled to turn them both into warriors to fight uh to fight. I'm definitely thrilled.
They're going to be fighting
Hopefully
each other a lot.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. But also Levi, he loves other children and he's really good with them, but he's shy. He is definitely shy.
Yeah.
But again, he's only 2 years old, so
Yeah.
maybe that'll get better. But he loves watching them. When he gets to meet another child and play with them a lot, then it's easy and he'll play with them. But he does not like girls. He does not. He hates playing with them. Um, so having a boy around will definitely help his case.
Oh yeah.
Plus, at the end of the day, when we have a girl, she'll have two older brothers that the boyfriend has to fuck with.
Yep.
You don't want to fuck with a Bruno, especially when it comes to their fucking sisters, because oh my god, you don't even want to
Yeah,
know.
Levi and little unknown.
Oh fuck, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I'm excited for another little nephew to join the family. We have a lot of
Absolutely,
nieces. Nice to have two more
that's gonna be
nephews.
fun. We're trying to we want to have the first granddaughter though, the grandchild that's a
Oh yeah,
female.
true.
Um, with our parents don't have one of those yet, so definitely want to have
Oh
one at some
god.
point.
I can imagine your dad being a grandfather to a girl. Fuck. He
He'll be
he
a
was
lot more.
he was already bad over your sisters.
Wait, what do you mean?
He was already bad, like protective over what's your nephew's name?
Sawyer?
Yeah, Sawyer. He was already really protective over Sawyer. I could only imagine it with like like female
Yeah.
grandchild.
Agr-
He's going to be like anyone even gets within a 5 foot radius, and it's going to be on check for him when
He'll be
he's around.
fucking. I'll
Yeah.
smack the
Oh,
shit
hey,
out of you,
what
kid.
do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? This is my grandbaby. Like he's gonna be that
Back the
grandfather.
fuck up.
Yeah.
I'll make you gamble all your money away. No, he'll be like, I'll make you chug a fucking beer and smoke a cigarette and listen to me fucking talk about electronics, you piece
Yeah.
of shit.
True.
That's what he does every time. He talks all this smack. Like with Autumn's current boyfriend, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna show him who's boss. Fucking pulls him into the garage and is like, so this is a 1930s radio wave where you press this button and it'll send a message to the Nazis. Like, hello? It's not even a thing. Like, this fucking guy.
Your dad is a character for sure.
I was about to say, you okay?
Yeah.
Fucking died. Yeah. Yeah, he's a fucking character for sure. Another word about fucking characters, dude. I want to talk about this. I've been wanting to talk about it, but I can't talk about it to anybody on social media other than here.
Yeah.
Fucking Twitch
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
Kick. Yeah, so everybody knows I'm a Twitch streamer. Justin is/was a Twitch streamer. Where we at? What's the link gonna be down below?
I went to go delete my Twitch last night, funny enough, and because I'm an affiliate, I can't just like delete my channel. I actually have to reach out to customer support and have them remove my affiliate program. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
So anybody that doesn't know, Twitch came out with terms and services. I gotta read up on it. Don't quote everything I say right now.
Yeah, we're not
around the block.
We're not 100% sure, but from what we both read and what we kind of understood from it, it's not great.
Yeah, so don't quote everything we say, but definitely do your own research. I'll try to do some research before I'll put it in my notes to catch all up next time.
If need be, we'll even try and throw down the Twitch new term down below if we
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like we're that terribly wrong. We'll just add a disclaimer and be like, "This is
yeah. We'll read up on it before we
yeah."
post this, and we'll do that. So just make sure you check down below. Twitch, don't freak out. All right, everybody, be cautious. Listen. So word around the block. This is what I've heard. I should have read up on it first. Um, but Twitch came out with new terms and services. Basically, there is no more multi-streaming to any platform, which means if I'm not streaming on Twitch, I can stream on YouTube. Cannot do that. Or if I'm streaming on Twitch, or well, no. Put it more to sense, right? If I'm affiliated, right? I'm affiliated through Twitch. If I just started Twitch a week ago and I was like, oh, I want to get my name out there, this and that. Streamlabs, Stream Elements, they have this program where you can multi-stream, so you can stream to Twitch and somewhere else. Um, so like YouTube or Facebook or TikTok, right? Um, and so they made it to where if no matter what, whether you're nothing or affiliated or partner on Twitch, you cannot multi-stream to any platform but TikTok. Now, thankfully for me, I only multi-streamed to TikTok. So that doesn't really bother me, but if I want to get out of that, or if I simply just stream on YouTube, if I want to do some different shit that's not allowed on TikTok, then I can get fined $25 or I can get fined something from Twitch due to me streaming somewhere else.
Now, don't
So
let me butt in here. I don't necessarily hate the $25 fine they've added for a few reasons. I think it does good to deter the people that constantly break Twitch TOS and are still allowed to come back and continue streaming under a different alias, different name, stuff like that. It kind of deters them of like, oh, every time I break TOS, it's going to be a $25 fine or more. So it's one of those things where it's like, that I think would be a good reason for it. However, for like the little things of like, because there's so much that could be considered breaking TOS, as little as like, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure you could even get in trouble for what like your fans say or your viewers say in other people's chats. Like, say you raid someone and like all your viewers just start harping on that person and just like hounding them for no reason, you can get in trouble for that. It would be seen as like a hate raid, even if you didn't mean for it to be.
really,
That's what it would be considered, is because like all of your viewers are going and hating that person, even if you were just trying to give that person extra viewers to be nice or something. Like, that's not something you can control.
something that happened to me.
So yeah, exactly. So like little stuff like that, it's like kind of out of your control, but that would be considered a break TOS and a potential ban and a fine and stuff like that. And it was one of those things where it's like, well, yeah, most of the new TOS doesn't quite really affect me or you for the most part, or most people that I know. It's still one of those things where it's like it's the idea that counts. Nice, good shit. I have not touched mine still.
Technically 4 beers down.
Nice. But it's one of those things where it's like it's the idea that counts, and if you're still going to continue changing TOS like almost year after year after year, it feels like, to the point to where every time you update it, it's just getting inherently worse for its users and streamers and people, and you're not even adding any form of perks or advancements other than the new modified AdSense that they've added to allow streamers to actually control their pre-rolls. Haven't done shit. I mean, like, it just really doesn't seem like they're like it like there is much left for Twitch streamers anymore. Like, other than just, oh yeah, I'm a streamer on Twitch. Like, that might impress like the few little kids that also want to be streaming on Twitch. But if you go and say that to someone our age, we're just like, sorry to hear that, my boy. That sucks for you. Like, unless you are like a big dog or a big streamer on Twitch, like, there's no point, there's no fun to it anymore. Whereas at least on Kick, well, yeah, it might be a bit of a wasteland as far as like their TOS and their rules and what they actually harp down on. at least there's more fun to it, right? Like you could actually have fun with your community. There's more shit you could do without having to worry about getting banned and stuff like that. But I think all overall, I might continue to stream on Twitch, but it would go back to being very far and few, as it was like before I left on vacation.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it, and Twitch has made a lot of changes here within the past year, right? Um I like to be I like to do what I want to do when I'm streaming on a platform. And I'm a small streamer, let's get that straight. You know, I'm affiliated. Now, if you go and look at my Twitch channel, I have about 70 subs. That's because I have a stalker that loves to gift subs. It's Hammy Cammy for you is his name. Um he every single time I stream, he gifts at least 10 subs, or well, not at least, but he gifts subs at least. But I'm a small streamer. My average views are around 6, right? So I'm not crazy up there, but the fact that I could get everything shut down over something so tiny, if I get big and I get to those 20 to 30 viewers average, I don't want to be getting harped on by Twitch every 5 fucking minutes, right? I want to be able to feel comfortable is the point. I want to feel comfortable while streaming my game, while talking this and that. And if I don't feel comfortable, then what am I doing? You know, I'm not having fun. I'm not streaming because of the money. I'm streaming, hence why I've been streaming for 4 years. I'm streaming to have fun, to build a community, to have people around me.
To make friends. Sorry, I fucking hit something and it dinged.
Holy fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
that was loud.
Holy shit. But yeah, you know, that's the whole point that I have, or why I'm streaming. So if I don't have that, then I'm definitely looking at Kick. I am looking at Kick. I'm not 100% about it yet. And also a thing with that Twitch came out with because of Kick. I think Twitch is coming out with all this shit because of Kick. Um is that they're forcing people to pick between Twitch and Kick. And since Twitch is more well known and Twitch is older, they're like, well, if you're thinking about Twitch, you gotta pick. And if you gotta pick, pick Twitch. And if you don't want to do Twitch anymore, you can't tell your tiny, tiny community of 3 people that you're going to Kick on Twitch. You have to tell them by Discord or somewhere else. Either that or also to move to Kick, you have to delete your entire profile on Twitch. So if you have viewers, if you're at 10 viewers and 4 or 5 of those viewers are not on Discord, like they're just like they're only on phones and shit, they don't care about Discord, and
Yeah.
then suddenly you disappear from Twitch, then they're gonna go to somebody else on Twitch.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You know,
Ad revenue.
it's funny you mentioned that actually, because like I've streamed for a while now. I forget how long it's been. I've been an affiliate for like almost 4 years now, and I've been streaming like 2 or 3 years before that. And I still have viewers to this day that anytime I go live, like they'll click in and they'll be like, "Bro, where the fuck have you been?" And it's like I forget most of my viewers don't actually follow me anywhere other than
Yep.
like they don't know about my Discord, they don't know about my Twitter, they don't know about my Instagram. They know nothing other than just like I stream on Twitch occasionally. And it's, I think like that is a nice feeling whenever I can click go live whenever I want and know that there's always going to at least be like 1, 2, maybe even 3 people that'll hop in and be like, "Bro, I miss you. Where the fuck have you been? Like, dude, you're like one of my favorite streamers." And it's just one of those things where it's like every time I go live, that's what makes me want to continue going live. However, behind the scenes, there's a lot of stuff that Twitch does and decisions made that just kind of makes me go, it's just not worth it. At the end of the day, to me, I was doing Twitch mostly as a way to have fun with my community, just play games I've never really played before. Learn new things I've never learned or always wanted to learn, I should say, as well as like games that I have played before. You guys seen me play like Rainbow Six Siege, where I'd get really competitive in that shit, and it'd be really fun, and then Call of Duty and stuff like that. So like there was always a mixture of like competitive gaming, also mixed with like having fun, and then in the middle there was like that time I played Red Dead Redemption for a few days. I never finished the
Oh yeah.
story on stream. I did finish the story, but I didn't finish it on stream. It was good. I always had like a mixture of everything, and I had viewers that wanted the competitive side of Rainbow Six, people that wanted the casual side of like Call of Duty, and like any no matter what I streamed, there was always going to be like I could differentiate what type of viewers were going to come into my chat depending on what I played. That's why I always felt like it was nice for me to have that diversification of the games that I played, because no matter what vibe, I felt like I'd always have that viewer base there with that vibe.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, dude. That's that kind of explains like where we're going with Twitch and stuff like that. And I mean, you've been streaming a lot longer than I have, and you're the reason why I got into streaming. You really are.
Yeah.
You're the reason why I get into a lot of things. Like if I were to think about an older brother, like I'm being legit right now. I'm slightly intoxicated, okay? If you want to think about it, I've had about 5 beers at this point.
God damn.
Um
Smoked,
well,
I've smoked a lot
with
of
Voodoo
weed.
Rangers with Voodoo Rangers, it's like, double because it's
I
9.5%
stopped
alcohol.
drinking, so I tried to
Um,
make up for it with this.
wait, what is that? What you want to explain what that
It's
is?
legal THC. It's That's basically all it is. It's just legal weed.
It's just yeah, it's weed and a vape.
Yes, essentially. That's all it
Okay.
is. I figured if I'm gonna stop
I
drinking, I'm gonna make up for it in some way.
I wish I could get into that,
But you
but I
can't because
cannot.
of your job.
I
Yep.
can't.
Oh,
Um
can't do that.
yeah, unfortunate. But
What were you gonna say? I didn't mean to cut you off.
what I was saying was when I think of people that I guess everybody has somebody that inspires them or is above them that they look forward to, that kind of shit in certain aspects. Of course, I think of you, right, as
Well,
that
well,
person
thank you.
because, well, you got me into streaming. You're the reason why I'm streaming because whenever I got my PC, remember I bought it on Black Friday. It was a pre-built that I got from Best Buy
Yeah,
for $600.
yeah,
Super simple PC, and you're like, why are you have a whole ass PC and you're not streaming? I'm like, well, I mean, don't I need better shit? And you're like, no. And you're like, that's wasted potential. I remember those exact words, wasted potential.
I say those words a
Um,
lot, and I am proof of
yeah.
walking wasted potential.
But no, you said wasted potential. I was like, you know what? Fine, fuck it. And here I am trying to make something out of it. So, um, if I'm gonna take what you said so serious, I'm gonna fucking do it, right? And one of the things about everything nowadays is control, is being in control of things. And I gotta be in control of what I want to do. I want to stream because of you. No longer I'm forced. You're not forcing me to stream. I want to, so I'm gonna fucking do it. And I get to decide where I do it at. And
Yeah,
so if Twitch is trying to control everyone that streams on Twitch so hard, I am going to control whether I let them or not, basically.
yeah.
So, I'm gonna continue to stream on Twitch. It'll be linked down below. I'm not trying to talk so bad on Twitch or anything. It's just the fact that they're going the opposite direction of what I expected them to go in, and they built me to who I am today. To let's be honest, they put me in the place I am today. Yeah, it was a lot. It was really fucking slow than what I expected, but they did. They absolutely did. I met some amazing fucking people on my journey, and I'll thank Twitch to the end of, till the day I die
Oh
on
yeah.
that. But
I
when it
think
comes to the best for me, I'm absolutely gonna
I
go
think
against it.
I think I should probably say, if you're gonna give me a shout out for being an inspiration to your Twitch, I want to I want to throw that back at you real quick, because it's funny you say that you look up to me as like an older brother. I'm only a month older than this guy. Don't let him fool you. I am a month
I mean,
bare. I'm like
older brother.
20 something days, right? I'm not an older brother. We're the same age, but I do. It's funny you say that, because like you look up to me when it comes to like gaming and stuff like that. I look up to you when it comes to other things, like your love for cars and all things like guns and military and all that type of things. Like you love shit like that too. And when I see you get excited about shit like that, I'm also like, well, fuck, dude, I didn't realize I loved that shit so much. It's like, what was it when you were going through your car phase at one point, your motorcycle phase?
Before my car was stolen.
Well, yeah, yeah, true.
Car was stolen.
Have you ever mentioned that on stream or podcast? Is that something you've ever talked
I
about?
don't know.
We'll have
Yeah,
we'll have to talk about that
with
some.
Zach.
Have you?
We'll
Okay.
we'll go back over it. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
but yeah, I think it was around that point where I was like really starting to get into cars. Like I've always had like a favorite car, but I've it's always been so unrealistic because it's a McLaren. Like I'm never going to have enough money to ever own a McLaren.
My favorite car is a fucking Skyline GTR. And those are
But
like
that's realistic, right? Like that is.
no, no, it's not.
Yes.
Not for my job line. I'll
Well,
never fucking have one.
well, obviously, but later on in life, you do get a better job. That is a more realistic, affordable car for you, rather than a McLaren fucking 918 Spider, right? Like that car is, I think, base price like a mil. It's
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying there.
But my love for like JDM cars has definitely started to grow more after like what was it like that 2018 when you got your car?
Yeah, it was like 2019, 2018. Yeah,
Something like that. It was like around that
2018.
point, because your car is not a JDM car, but it's like it's definitely like a modified hatchback that could
It's
pass as a
yeah,
JDM.
yeah, absolutely.
I think it
The
was
Volkswagen GTI,
yes,
GRCs
yeah,
too. So,
in old hatchback, dude. That thing was nice. I miss that thing. It wasn't
you know
even
what's
my
so
car.
funny? I hated hatchbacks. I was like, I'll never be the word I can't say. I'll never be that person that drives that fucking car.
And
And then
then
I saw it, rode in it, drove it, and I was like, oh, what this fucking car? Yeah, it was a nice car. It had a blow off valve. It had fucking turbo, that upgraded turbo KO4. It was a nice car. I really did
it
love it.
was a
I
nice
did.
looking car.
But I'm that type of person that goes to sell things when I think of something better that I can get from selling it. And my car, I sold it thinking, okay, well I can get this. And then it was stolen, so I lost money,
Yeah.
thousands of dollars from that. And then I got my motorcycle. COVID hit. I bought the motorcycle for 8 or 5 grand. Sold it for 8 because of COVID. Gained 4. I think it was like I got 45 or 5 grand in cash for selling it after I paid so much on it. And I ended up blowing all the money, which was fun. It was great. Spent it on the family and myself.
Yeah.
But now I'm sitting here with no car, no bike. Well, I have a car. I have a family car. But who wants a fucking family car, right? So, got to get back into it. I got to
Yeah.
get back into it.
Yeah.
I'm down bad. Down bad.
But yeah, I think I should also use this time to give a shout out to like my Twitch inspirations as well. Because like if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have started doing it. And I don't think if it weren't for me, you probably wouldn't have started doing it. Unfortunately, my Twitch inspirations don't stream anymore, and their channels are gone.
Wow.
Yeah. One of them, his name was Avenger, or JT Money 357. He was he was a really cool dude. I've watched him from about 2015 to about last year, maybe 2 years ago is when he stopped streaming. I watched him a lot. Like anytime he was live, I was always there. Like to the point to where like after like a year or two, like he was a friend. Like it was no longer like, oh, this is a viewer. Like I went and met this guy in real life. Like I went and hung out with him. We had lunch together at the beach where I was staying for vacation at one point. Like he's met my family. Fucking
Wow.
one of the chillest dudes I've ever met. Like
Rare.
he paid for lunch, paid for drinks. Like he wanted to go to the gun range with me while we were on vacation, but like
Hell yeah.
we couldn't find a gun range that was open in time. Um, but like he just went and like he lived like an hour away from where I was. And like I told him like, yeah, do you just want us to meet you halfway? No, dude, stay where the fuck you are. I'm gonna come to you. Like he was that kind of person.
Yeah.
So it was like just overall a dope dude. He taught me almost everything I knew about Twitch. From like how to start streaming to how to get better quality to how to actually start engaging with your viewers in chat. Even hosted me for hundreds of even sometimes thousands of viewers at a time.
Holy
He
fuck.
quite literally even helped me get my affiliate because if it weren't for him hosting me for a couple hundred of viewers,
Hey,
I would have never got it.
so hold on before you continue with this because I
Yeah.
got questions and shit.
Well,
I have to piss.
fuck.
I have to piss. I gotta do it, dude. I'm about to piss myself. Hold exactly where we're at. We're gonna cut real quick and be right back.
Okay.
So,
Do I hear him pissing in the background? Nah, that's not a cut. We got to keep that part in. What the fuck?
okay.
Good.
Thank God.
All
I
right.
ran in here trying to get back.
Are we gonna
All right,
clap
all
to
right.
sync back up?
We don't have to.
I mean, all right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, now that we're back from Michael's quick pee break, where was I? Oh yeah. So like JT quite literally taught me everything.
357. Yep.
Yeah, JT Money 357 taught me everything I knew about Twitch, and like he also helped me gain connections to other bigger. Like I think when I met him, he was like 50,000 followers or less, and I think when he stopped streaming, he had like 100,000 or something like that. Like
Holy fuck.
he like in that was like he had more than that at one point. I think it was up at like 2 to 300,000, but just over time of like he stopped streaming FIFA. That was his main game for the longest time, and when he stopped streaming FIFA, fucking numbers shot down. I believe,
Damn.
but also at the same time, he had a lot more fun streaming. Like he was able to play games he enjoyed. So like while it was a loss in viewership and potential money for him, it was also a W for his mental health. But if it weren't for him, like I wouldn't have met some of the other guys, like the real Pugzilla, who's a FIFA streamer, Apex streamer, really dope
Mhm.
guy, just one of the nicest guys ever. Phantom SFX, that one's a bit controversial, um, because he wasn't seen as that nice of a guy in the public eye. He had a lot of allegations against him about like rape and sexual assault and harassment and stuff like
Wow.
that. I don't know the end of that. Like because we pretty much stopped talking when all that happened. Um, I was a fan of his for years before that. Like we had talked every day, like almost like we were pretty much friends. Um, I was trying to help him with his Twitch. Like I was giving him ideas of shit that we could do that would like I think would help with viewer engagement. Like I was helping him plan out his Twitch essentially, and then all the allegations hit while I was on vacation. Funny enough, actually I was hanging out with JT Money when the allegations dropped, and we were like both of us sitting in his car looking at his phone, just stunned at like what we had read,
The fuck.
and we were both like, "No, man, like this can't be true." Like we were friends with him, and he had never struck us as
Yeah.
like that kind of guy. And when like we were sat there like with the evidence like sitting right in front of us, we were both like, "What the fuck?" You know, like what happened? And I never really got his side of the story. All I ever got from him was, "Come on, man, you know me, that didn't happen." So like, I mean, like I didn't want to believe that it happened because I was so close to him, but at the same time, like I never knew, and all the evidence was laid out right
Yeah.
in front of me, and we just never really talked after that. Like I tried to reach out to get his side of the story. Nothing ever happened to it. I even tried to play games with him and try and talk about it. At that point, he just refused, and like I still love him.
Fuck.
He definitely helped me out a lot. because before all that bad shit happened, he was one of the faces of UK Twitch. Like he was that big on Twitch. And like he
Dang.
was like, and like if you were on his good side, essentially, like if you were a friend of his, or you just like were nice enough, and you just asked him like, hey man, can you help me out a little bit? Like before you know it, you'd have like hundreds of thousands of viewers, and like he would put you on the front part of UK Twitch on their UK page, put you on the carousel, so like people sift through all that shit. Like it was unreal. Like
Yeah.
he had helped out so many people. Um, but then all that shit happened, and we just never talked again. But I still got to give him a shout out for helping me out for what little bit he did, right?
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't as much as like he did for others. But unfortunate what happened
Absolutely.
to him. Probably shouldn't have been doing that. I suppose that's wrong. Don't sexually assault or harass people. I think that's just kind of that.
Yeah, and I guess all that kind of shit comes out once you
Yeah, I mean,
go.
at the end of the day, if you're an asshole, you're gonna get exposed for being an asshole.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm an
I mean,
asshole, though. I'll just go ahead and tell y'all right now.
it sucks, but at the same time, like
No, it doesn't suck.
when
If you're a sexual
when you
like
deserve it,
yeah, if you're a
when you
person going
deserve
on
it, it's
sexually assaulting
you
people,
deserve it.
fuck you. Like you
Yeah,
deserve it at that
absolutely.
point.
No, no, no. It sucks when it's people close to you because I've had quite a few people recently and in the past that have come out to be completely different people due to that kind of shit. Now, in my situation, it's a lot more intense than just sexual harassment. But like I had a
I think I know what you're talking about as well.
I'm
I
pretty
think we've
sure
talked
it's
about this.
I'm pretty sure it's old. I mean it's years old now, but basically I had somebody that was higher up from me that was supposed to be my inspiration at work that ended up being a child predator, and we had no idea. No idea until he was caught. He was raided by NCIS, this and that, and it's all said and done. It's years past. He's proven guilty by the courts and all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna say any names, of course, but yeah, he ended up being a child predator with fucking child pornography on USBs in his house and all that kind of shit. It was
Good riddance,
insane.
honestly.
Absolutely insane. Fuck him
Yeah,
for
good
sure.
riddance.
I mean,
Eat
like,
shit.
let's not feel sad for him or
Rest
anything,
in
but
piss, honestly.
absolutely. But it's insane to be so close to somebody and then realize that
Behind the
that's
scenes, they're
them.
a completely different
Yeah,
person. Yeah.
that's them. It's like, what the fuck? It's like you can grow so attached to somebody, and then before you know it, boom,
I guess
they're a fucking
it's that it
child
gives
predator.
you
Yeah,
that sight, like especially as young adults as we are, it gives you that sight of like now you know to second guess pretty much anyone you meet
absolutely.
as a young
Yeah,
person, because you don't really see that a lot as young people. You know, like we go up to people, oh hey, you know, like how you doing? You know, like Justin, you know, oh what's up? You know, like you hang around here for fun, and the next thing you notice, you get a friend, but you don't really ask too many questions because that friend does
yeah.
shady shit, and then next
And
thing you notice, oh go ahead.
at the same time, you could be thinking like in your head after having the experiences like I've had. For me, I think in my head like, dude, this dude could be a fucking child predator, or this dude could be a rapist, or this or that. Like it's insane, especially in the work that I do, to have two people after 6 years that I work hand to hand with, like every single day, touching the same things every single day, doing the same thing every day, be that kind of person out of 30 people in my 6 years. It's fucking insane. It's insane.
I guess you never truly know what people are like behind closed doors.
I also had a guy to make a third that paid money, hundreds of dollars, for a female to step on a loaf of bread for him to eat. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's also a thing. I don't know if y'all knew feet. But yeah, it's
I
yeah, it's
mean,
fun, some
everyone's
crazy
into
shit.
what they're into, I guess. I
Sure.
don't.
Yeah.
No,
Our
that's
passion.
fucking weird, man. That's just fucking weird.
Absolutely. Oh God.
Uh, that's
But
that's a rough one. But yeah, no, I guess yeah, it is rough when you're like really close with someone and like they turn out that way behind closed.
yeah, it's fucking crazy. It really is.
But
It
at the end of
sucks,
the
but
day,
sucks for you.
it does teach you a life lesson of everyone's got something going on behind closed doors. It's just a matter of what they
Yeah.
do behind closed doors, right?
It could be a hard addiction to normal pornography or being a rapist. One of the two. When it
There's
comes to
no
sexual stuff.
there's no in between. There's no room for in between there. It's just pornography or rapist. There's steps there, right? Like
Wait, so you're addicted to pornography?
some people do hard drugs. Some people do like shrooms, and I don't really consider that hard drugs. They're like party drugs, I guess. Really no.
Yeah, I could see that. It's kind of like
Yeah,
yeah.
there's like different levels of that shit. You know, I don't feel like it's
Yeah,
not you're one or the other.
for sure.
You just immediately yeah. If you're not a porn addict, you're a rapist. I'd rather be the porn addict, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if that's the case, I'm the porn addict. Fuck it.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Oh my god.
Are you ready to wrap it up? You look like you're starting to get
My back hurts. No, yeah.
yeah. I mean, we've been going for an hour
I can
50.
rate this. I can rate this IPA pretty well right now.
This shit's going in the
We've had
trash
a
the second we turn this
that
off.
sucks.
I'll show you how much of
Hard.
it I've drank. Not that much, and it
Wow.
tastes like ass. Land Shark, Margaritaville. Do something different. Do something better. That shit was awful. 0 out of 10.
Now for the end of the podcast, of course, we rated on how drunk it got you and also overall how well it is. So for how drunk it got me, there's a few different things. Now if you want to rate it on a scale of how drunk I am from drinking this, 9 out of fucking 10. Well, for a beer,
For a beer, yeah, for a beer.
10 out of 10. For a beer, I'm gonna throw that fucking 10 out there. I don't throw 10s out.
Fuck, shit. I might
But
have to.
most now that's how drunk it got me just by drinking it. I'm 2.5 beers in, and I'm an alcoholic, and I'm pretty intoxicated right now. 2.5 IPAs in.
I just got
That's about
I was gonna say I just got a bad headache. That's it.
that's about $5 right there, and I'm like, oh. In a
Yeah.
bar, it's gonna cost you about $20, but 10 out of fucking 10, I would say.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to the flavoring with getting you drunk, comes to the flavoring and everything with getting you drunk. If you're an IPA guy and you like the hops and you're a flavorful type of dude, whatever the deal is,
Yeah.
9.8.
Okay.
9.8 out of 10. Because you got to think about the hops. You've got to think about just. Oh, 10 out of 10.
Then I is that your
no?
is that your final?
It's hard. It's a 10 out of 10 because if you're an IPA guy, if it's off of IPAs, it's a 10 out of 10 because the flavor is so easy to ingest.
Okay.
It is so easy to drink, and
Well-
it is so nice to drink that you're gonna get drunk quick. If you're downing these left and right, it's a 10 out of 10 because it's so easy to drink. It's so available out for the pricing for 6 cans. It's about $2 a beer, I would say, at the grocery store, right?
Okay.
For 6 beers, it's about $11 to $12, which is a little on the high end. It's about $2 a beer. It's on the high end, but it's worth it It's absolutely worth it. For overall, for the availability, for the flavor, for how drunk it gets you, and for the price, it's a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
9.5 out of 10 because the availability isn't everywhere. For one, you can't. I don't think you can find this at Walmart. You can find Voodoo Ranger at Walmart, but for this specific flavor, for their extravagant type shit, they're not gonna have every single flavor out there. They have like 8 flavors, I want to say. For the availability, for the price, it also depends on how you drink it. If you drink it straight out of the can, it'll be probably 8 to 7.5. No, it'll be an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10. But if you drink it out of a glass like I did, pouring all of the carbonation out and drinking it how you're supposed to, all that kind of shit, everything combined, a 9.2.
Okay. That's a really good
9.0
rating.
scale. 9.2 out of 10.
Hey,
And
fucking, we'll have to hit them up and let them know that is probably the best IPA
in
out
the
there.
future,
We'll give them the Hangover Hotline certified.
absolutely. In the future, after drinking every beer that exists, it could absolutely possibly turn
Yep.
into a 10 out of 10. Just saying.
You know,
That is a
you know
really
what
good
we'll have to
fucking
do? A good idea is we'll have to make like a list somewhere in the backdrop of like
Absolutely.
top 10s, like what, like out of a 9 to 10 rating, these drinks receive between a 9 and a 10.
Yep.
Land Shark, I've said it a million times already this episode. Don't buy it. Just don't.
I'm gonna
Tastes
do one. I'm gonna do when we do a podcast. I'm gonna surprise you with Land Shark and see what I think.
Okay.
I want to see what it's like. I do
Okay.
want to see what it's like. Hopefully it matches yours. If not, then it's understandable because you're not a beer guy. So
I think this makes
my
like
God.
the second beer, first or second beer. Well, first beer I've drank more than like a sip of, and it was.
And you know what's so funny? I bought 2 cases of this Voodoo Ranger. I got 12 cans of Voodoo Ranger, totaling to about $23 something cents. Because I really expected to drink at least 6 during the podcast, but
Nope.
I forgot that it was 9.5% alcohol by volume.
Yep.
And so here I am, 2.5, 2 to 3/4 Voodoo Rangers in, and I'm feeling fucking toasty.
Well, I think that's it for us. I don't know about
Yeah.
you.
That was good. It was fun.
I'm not sure when do you plan to have this up? I think the last one
Hopefully
we did,
by next Friday.
the last one I think we had up by the next Friday after we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
we'll definitely have it up before then. But
Yeah.
I think that's it for us. I think I hear the banjos playing already.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, there it is.
Yeah. There they are.
Thanks
That's
for
our
coming
cue.
by. Make sure you check the links down below. Check the description. Comment down below what you want to see, what you expect, what we could do better, what we could do worse, whatever the deal is. If you're on Spotify, Apple, anything that is pure audio, make sure to go to YouTube, type in Hangover Hotline, and you will find us right off the rip. We've got about 20-something subscribers right now. We're very small. Be sure to check us out on YouTube. If you are on Spotify and all that other shit, make sure you hit follow down below. I can see the analytics for everything across the board that comes with just pure audio. If you're on pure audio and you want to see us in action, see our faces, and see us go piss ourselves or run out of the room at the end of this podcast, go check out YouTube. Thank you for coming by. Make sure you join the Discord to be a part of the podcast. We'll see you next time. Ciao. I gotta go piss again.